Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here. Let's do a daily read for Friday, October 7th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so simply take what resonates and leave the rest behind. They're saying keep an open mind, but as well, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, I more than appreciate your comments. But let's pull from the spellcasting deck to see what this Friday is going to entail. What do we have for Friday? Okay, career, boundaries, beauty, and empowerment. And now we did talk about beauty in a different deck, from a different deck for Thursday's read, but I do feel like it's a carrying over sort of focus, taking care of oneself, the attraction in the eyes of others when it comes to your looks, when it comes to the way you speak, when it comes to simply who you are, okay? The beauty of continuously striving to improve oneself. And it doesn't just have to be your appearance, right? Once again, it has to do with how you convey oneself, right? Your messages, spirit's messages, potentially. How you get your work accomplished, okay? How you live your life, I want to say, continuously, or just beginning to once again improve your daily routine. But we also have, let's see, let's not do these. We have career. So yeah, like I was saying, there's a focus on your work, okay, your career, some of which thinking about the next upcoming step for your career. But for those drawn to the reading who are currently employed or running a business or both, I do feel like whatever work you're putting forth feels quite powerful, okay? The efforts you put forth feel purposeful and on point. And I do feel like people are going to be impressed by the efforts you are putting towards your career in one way, shape, or form. And even if you choose to wrap oneself up with an interview throughout this day or have the opportunity to do so, I do sense that that is productive and you impress all the meanwhile, okay? I'm hearing it's yours, but we also have boundaries. Now, I do feel like this is coming into play when it comes to connections, naturally. And, okay, oneself, but I do feel like you're thinking about boundaries at certain points throughout the day when it comes to people you've sort of put your hand up to recently, figuratively, or even literally. But I do feel as if there's a push to recognize that the possibilities are endless at this time when it comes to connecting with people, when it comes to existing connections and new ones, right, flowing in. And I do feel like for whatever reason, there's a focus on somebody or multiple people you've met recently and how you're doing a much better job in a natural way of not allowing that connection to be overwhelming or for things to take place in a negative sense like they did in recent connections. I do feel like someone's enamored by you, and then there's also somebody else energetically who you're not connected to throughout this day, that you're not speaking to, right? Interacting with, and they're thinking about you in a very desperate way, or just a I wish they were by my side kind of way. And I do feel like you either shut them down recently, or you put up a boundary, or you just haven't been speaking to them much or at all. And I do sense that this is purposeful. I'm hearing a lesson for them, but we also have empowerment. Now, through your work, right, through conversations, through manifestations, through taking care of oneself, you are feeling so damn empowered, all right? And I do sense that this is making you feel kind of on top of the world at certain points. Giddy is what I'm now hearing, giddy. And I do sense that that relates to or connects to, stems from, wow, bear with me, from bonding with certain people, or just even from bonding with oneself, right? Your alone time feels quite productive and attractive all the meanwhile. I just feel like you're a little bit full of yourself throughout this day due to certain changes, developments, achievements, and that's a good thing. I do feel like people like what you have to offer. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we do have happiness, okay? Happiness. I do sense that there's a very happy way about each and every one of us drawn to this reading. And I do feel like this is due to what you've been going through transformative wise and the endings, new beginnings. It just feels like there's a vibe about your energy that leaves people wanting more, okay? They just want more. Let's pull from the Mystic Mondays is what I'm hearing. My voice is struggling, but let's continue. They're reminding me that even when I say random things like that, or I mention random things in the reading, it is part of the reading either way, okay? Every little aspect of these videos that I record, these readings are purposeful and tie into the overall day or whatever I'm reading for, or whoever I'm reading for. Keep that in mind. What else do we have for Friday? Okay, I'm getting the message of there's going to be a push from Spirit, a push to get away from your career at a certain point throughout the day, to live your life to the fullest, or to just bond with somebody, to go for an adventure, to take care of oneself, something besides your work at that point. There's a reason, or multiple reasons. But I do sense that there's this vibe about you where you're ready to, from the beginning of the day or just shortly after that, to conquer what you set your mind out to achieve, right? You're like, okay, I got to get this work done for my job or for my business, and I'm going to do it so damn well. You don't need to force it though. Keep that in mind. But there is a push to recognize why you're feeling a bit guarded with certain people, or when it comes to the work you're putting out there into the universe, right? Potentially into the public eye. I do feel like some people are seeing you as very successful, very skilled, and that's very gratifying. But at the same time, there's some negativity that's flown towards you recently, right? Or some unsatisfying behavior, whether that goes for your career or it goes for other people you've connected with in the recent past, or just in general. I just feel like that's leaving you with a bit of a guard up, or they're showing me somebody with a shield, okay? And so therefore a need to reassess why you feel so quick to have that guard up, right? And just allow for oneself to flow in a very open manner, okay? It's gonna bring a new level of success to your career, but it's also going to allow you to successfully, in a very open kind of way, bond with the people you're meant to throughout this day, okay, and moving forward. But I do sense there's part of you that's a bit burnt out, okay, a little bit low in energy is what I'm getting. I'm putting this to the side. The Queen of Swords here, and I do feel like you're thinking about, once again, even potentially continuing the cutting out of people and habits that's not meant for you, okay? Making changes to one's appearance continuously to the point where you feel good, okay? People see you as someone who's overly serious, but then has fun when they can, all right? But I do feel like you're allowing for oneself to break through to a new way of living. There's also thoughts of past change, okay? The Two of Wands coming into play. Now you're also, it's like you're empowered throughout this day, right? To a very satisfying extent. But there's thoughts of what you haven't achieved yet, or what you haven't accomplished, right? What you haven't acquired. It could have to do with connections, right? But there's a reminder through connecting with certain people. You're changing. Your world is changing. The way you connect with people is changing, okay? Through your work, through just bonding with people. I just feel like those who are closest to you, I want to say at a distance even, are very much impressed, okay? And I do feel like you need to hear that for one reason or another. Potentially they weren't impressed, or at least to the fullest extent in the recent past, or in the past in general. But I do feel as if there is, okay, your family loves you is what I'm hearing. There's a focus on your, your throat chakra is what I'm hearing, but your mind and how that glows, how it's being utilized by spirit or just in general to inform others of what they need to know. Okay, you could just feel very much intuitively guided to, or spiritually guided to correct somebody or to inform somebody of something throughout this day. Interesting. But we also have the Knight of Wands, and I really do feel like it's this day where you're pushed to march to the beat of your own drum, to remember that you have what it takes in the midst of all that's going on, in the midst of having your guard up a little bit, but shining, glowing, taking care of oneself, feeling empowered. You're being seen through it all, okay? You're being noticed. Acknowledged is the word I'm getting. I just feel like you're putting up this vibe or giving out this energy where it's like, I'm going to march to the beat of my own drum and do it my way and be successful in the end. Okay, I'm going to manifest what I desire, but put my foot down to the BS that I've experienced in the past out of respect for my future. Okay. Okay, it's this Friday that will change you forever is what I'm getting. But there's part of you that is expecting the worst. Why is that? Why is that? Goes back to that guarded way of being. And that could have to do with somebody who you cut out recently or just kind of tried to minimize their role in your life. But I do feel as if there's a bit of an adjustment in perspective, as we do have the Hanged Man. But I don't want to take this one. We're going to take the Empress card because I do feel as if there is a bit of a focus on new health routines, okay, existing ones as well, but a change into your appearance or to your beauty routines, your self-care routines that you implemented recently or do throughout this day. And I do feel like it's assisting in the glow that you're exuding at this time. It's a day where you're feeling extra empowered once again and succeeding in certain ways, glowing in certain ways that leaves people quite impressed. They're saying, keep it up, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Friday, and I'll see you next time.